touchdown of his career. What a he-man touchdown is and he's done it in 200. That is amazing. Yeah, they go and they think and they duck and they don't look and you think they're not going to go deep. You think they're not scared to go deep anymore. Then boom, they hit you with the deep ball. They look for the second half of the goal. Just go on. This is out. That be a hard time to move because the offensive line didn't. Young. Down as fast as forward. He's a blitz once he holds it in. A strike from King over the middle. Porter, touchdown.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Is my audio good? Let me know before I start babbling. First, you don't look like you were first. It looks like you were second. Can you hear me? Somebody let me know. I'll sit here and wait. Welcome to Raiders Unleashed. Damn. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody? Somebody? Anybody? All right, man. Good. It's been a long time since I've been on the computer, so I don't know what y'all can hear, what you can't hear. This camera looks like it is way up. All right, much better. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unleashed. I am your host, Raiders Rebel in the building, man. What's good? I appreciate y'all popping up. Raiders for life. What's good? How was your day? How you doing? Grim says first one in the building. What's good, my guy? Man, the Raiders got something brewing, something special brewing in the desert sand, and it has been a long time. Jason Ruiz, what's good, man? Victory Monday on the first game of the season is always great. I know it's Tuesday. Victory Monday was yesterday. But it's always good to have a Victory Monday, after a Sunday. Next week, hopefully it'll be Victory Tuesday because we play on Monday Night Football in front of the whole entire world. And the Las Vegas Raiders have a chance to show everybody what we're made of, right? A division foe, a division rivalry. Used to be the Battle of LA. It is no longer the Battle of LA, but it is still, nevertheless, still a battle, right? Both teams hate each other. Max is at his best when we play division foes. So, under the bright lights in Allegiant Stadium at home. If you don't already know, if you get to go to the game, man, if I could be there, I would be there. The only way I could be there is drive 3 hours and fly out, or stay there 4 days because planes only leave here on Sunday to Thursday to Vegas, which so yeah, I will not be there, unfortunately. It is killing me because, man, this team is going to be something special. I could feel it in my bones. I felt it before the season started. I felt it in preseason, right? And I try to tell y'all that, why is this, hold on, so big? It's not what she said. All right, I don't know what the hell's going on. No, that's not it. All right, I don't know what's going on. All right, but so it's been a long time, Lawrence, my guy. It's been a long time since the Raiders have started just 1-0, let alone having a chance to be at home in front of the crowd. Which I'm gonna stop right there. I seen something saying, somebody posted. I do believe it was your boy Q. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I do believe They said the Raiders tickets in Allegiant Stadium are already supposedly 85.3% silver and black. So, after one win, right? And I've been telling everybody, man, as soon as soon as this team looks like they have something going, the fans will show up and show out in Vegas. I promise. So, I made a promise. I mean, we'll see. But 85% could be the highest number of silver and black jerseys that we've ever seen in Allegiant Stadium. So hopefully that is absolutely correct. And the Raiders, why am I getting messages? Time out. I gotta read this. What do you mean? I said shout out Raider. Oh, I'll smack you in your head. Um, it's what? Oh, shout out Raider fan. I see you. I see you with a $2 holla. Um, are you seeing my chat? No, I'm not reading the chat right now. I apologize, but I will get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in a minute. I said who everybody in the building, right? All right. So, like I said, man, it's we have a chance to do something special that we haven't been able to do in a long time, and that's start the season 2-0. The last time the Raiders started the season 2-0, and I'm not trying to jinx anything, you know, they made the playoffs. Now that doesn't mean shit, but it does for Raider fans who haven't had nothing to cheer for, uh, or be happy about in a long, long time. So I know there was a lot of fans that are still, skeptical, and I still am too. It's one victory. We play a lot tougher teams with a lot better defense, with a lot better offensive line. But we are going to get into some numbers here in a little bit, break down some next gen stats from NFL. There were some guys that stood out. There were some guys that stood out to me, and I said I was going to play some tape today, but um, I got caught up watching. I got caught up watching Thomas Booker, and I'm gonna say it right now. I know I've been one of the main ones probably complaining about the trade Jacorian Bennett for Thomas Booker. You'll never hear that again. If he keeps playing like this, you will never hear me say anything about it ever again. That man was had so many plays that were absolutely ridiculous. Getting to the quarterback, running sideline to sideline, eating up double teams. Man, this team has a chance to be very, very special. And I know the offense, showed out a little bit. They didn't show out too much, but Gino, had 362 yards. Hell of a opening day. The highest opening day numbers since, for a Raider in a long, long time. Um, Bro, why you ignoring me? You said hi to everyone else. What are you talking about, Raider fan for life? I don't know if you're deaf, but what's good, man? I appreciate you. I don't know why you tripping. God and family, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. Geomex in the building. What's good, man? So, you know, we'll get into these numbers and also, talk about what they are, what they mean. And again, it doesn't mean much, right? It's only the first game of the season. Like I said, we play a lot of tough teams. Um, but we play a lot of tough teams that I think, like I talked about when I did my prediction breakdown, that we could take advantage of, new coaching, new offensive systems, new players, new starting quarterbacks, right? New offensive line. We play a lot of those. And we talked about it last night. A lot of the teams look good in the NFL. A lot of the teams look way better than I projected. And, they're going to be a problem. But we also looked way better than I thought. And, we have some holes. We have some things that need to be fixed. Every team in the NFL does, right? I'm not saying the day was perfect, but I'm saying there's a lot to go off of. There's an awful lot to go off of. And when we break down the film, man, you'll see. But you'll see by these numbers, man. Damn, you'll see by these numbers, man. They put on a showing. They put on a showing. And Thomas Booker is way more than we could have imagined. If this man continues to play like this, and we'll get into Tyree Wilson in a minute, but if this man continues to play like this, man, and like I said, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I said the Jacorian Bennett trade goes to Philadelphia. Right now, I think if we look at it from what both players have done for both teams, I think it was a win-win situation. They needed, a guy that could play the slot. They got that. We needed a guy that can not only stop the run but rush the passer, and nobody expected, because all the film I watched on Thomas Booker, you know, which wasn't a lot because he didn't play a lot, right? He had a lot of good guys in front of him, but the film I did watch, he wasn't, a guy that got to the quarterback. This dude has a whole new life. Like it seems like a whole new life playing with Max Crosby, feeding off the energy because like Pete Carroll talked about, like the players have talked about, the energy is contagious. It's contagious, and when somebody's constantly happy, constantly motivated, constantly running around, um, it rubs off on you, right? It rubs off on you, and then to top it all off, you get a win on the road in New England, something we haven't done in over 30 years, I do believe, if I seen the stats right. Rosetown, what's good? Appreciate you. Um, but that's special in itself, right there. Going into Foxborough, getting the win in New England, a team that has dominated the NFL for for decades. It seems like, almost seems like centuries, but I know it hasn't been that long. They were bad for a while, but it's a solid start. It's a solid start, and like I said, this team is going to take time to get to come together. The offensive line, DJ Glaze got worked out there. He gave up. He was third worst in the NFL, and pass coverage, and pressures. I don't know what I just drew a blank. He was third worst in the NFL in pressures and fourth worst in the NFL, um, in quarterback hits and hurries. So got to clean that up. Got to clean that up. Raiders. I don't know why my phone keeps blowing up, but I'm trying to do a live. Good Lord, people are rude. What's good, Rebel? Have a good live, my guy. Appreciate you, Raider Nation. What's good? What's good? Y'all go check out Real Talk. Always dropping fire content over there. What else we got? What else we got? In GeoMex, I'm gonna pull everybody up tomorrow. I'll pull you up first. I'm gonna send you the link, and then once we go live for a while, if you're free, once we go live for a while, then I'll send everybody else the link. I was gonna do it tonight, but you know how I roll. Man. I'm always behind. I live my life in the just way behind. D Menace in the building. What's good, my guy? Salute to you. Glad you could pull up in the building. It's been a minute. So yeah, like I'm saying, man, these guys put on a hell of a show. We talked about the resurgence of Devin White, who was just freakish out there. People are calling him Unk and saying, he's an old man, he can't cover. Um, beg to differ, beg to differ. So we'll get into the numbers. We'll show all that here in a second. But first off, man, how's everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling today? We're getting ready, like I said, to play the Chargers, the Dischargers, in our house on Monday Night Football in front of the whole entire world. The only game on, everybody watching, not just in the United States, not just in, Oakland, LA, or Vegas, but everybody on the planet will be tuned into this game. And I have a feeling it's going to be special, right? I have a feeling it's going to be absolutely special. Like I said, if our fans are 85% already, that says a lot, right? That says a lot. They're not wanting Chargers blue in there. And if that trend continues, and we continue, to be actually have home field advantage. Have we ever had home field advantage in Allegiant Stadium? Let me know. Let me know. Anybody goes to the games, all the games. From the games I've watched, I can't remember saying, damn, there's a lot of black, or damn, there's a lot of white, right? Or black and white. It's always opposing teams' colors. So this could be huge, man. This could be huge. If that really happens and really shows up, not only for this team, but if we protect our house, if we win at home, come on, man. That's what, 9 games, right? That's 9 wins right there. That's 9 wins right there. And believe me, it can be done. Damn, so you're literally giving everyone else a shout out, but did you see me? Are you still on that shit? Are somebody in their feelings today? What is going on? Did you have a bad day? You want to talk about it? What is going on? Everybody said hi to you. John Leon, what's good, man? Appreciate you dropping in. How you feeling? Let me know. Let me know your comments. You don't got to keep tipping me all mad and shit. Shout out for the $2 holler. I appreciate you. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't do anything. I don't know what your deal is today. You're shouting out everyone but you. Raider fan for life. Again, thank you. Again, I shouted you out in the beginning, but shout out again. Thank you for being here. From the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate you. This show would not be a show without you contributing, without you commenting or being pissed off at me. So I don't know what I did. I know you said that already, but what the fuck is going on, bro? Um, Damn, I thought this was Raider Nation. Why people getting all soft in their feelings? What the heck? What's going on? But again, man, nobody wants to comment. How's everybody feeling? How are y'all doing? Are y'all excited? Are you excited about the win? Are you excited about the upcoming game? Do you have any predictions? Do you think the Raiders can actually pull it off? Let me know. All of it. All of it. Let me know. I need some more comments besides these. But let's get into these numbers. Let's get into these numbers. It should already be pulled up. Just need to go to this. All right, man. Here we go. So, something I did not know yesterday. I said Max Crosby played 100% of the snaps, right? I was correct. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Devin White, Max Crosby, Jeremy Chin, Eric Stokes, Isaiah Palmo with the interception, Kai Blue Kelly, all played 100% of the snaps. So, what I want to say to that is, can we replace Robert Spillane with the linebackers we brought in? Considering that he was absolutely not even a factor at all, pretty much, for us in the game Sunday, I think Devin White could fit that bill, right? I think Devin White, Jermaine Pratt played 91% of the snaps. Adam Butler played 86% of the snaps. Our boy E-Rob got hurt. Hope he's okay. Get well soon. Speedy recovery. Jeremy Chin. Can we replace? Can we replace guys like Marcus Epps? Can we replace guys like Isaiah Palomau? Isaiah what? Palomau? You know what I mean. Can we replace a guy? Um, Damn, I already forgot his name. Jesus Christ. Um, but anyways, can we replace those guys? The answer is, I think yes. I think yes. And again, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to gel with the guys around them, to gel in the system. But we lost Marcus Epps. We lost Marcus Epps. We lost Nate Hobbs. We lost Trayvon Morig. That's three starters, right, that we lost. That should be a problem. But it doesn't look like in this game. Now, in the first half, you could say it possibly was a problem, right? They had 201 yards. In the second half, I believe they had 89 yards total. I could be wrong. However, I think these guys, Isaiah Palmau, 100% of the snaps. Kai Blue Kelly, right? Kai Blue Kelly. Can we replace the guys that we let go right off the bat with Jack Jones? Well, it seems like, you know, Kai Blue has stepped up in there, hometown Vegas boy. And did Darian Porter even dress? Does anybody know if Darian Porter dressed? Because I'm looking at these stats, and I don't see him at all. At all. So I don't know if he did not get in the game, but if somebody knows without me looking it up, if you don't know, I will figure it out. But man, this defense is brewing something special. I can't remember a time that our coach trusted any of our players, even Max Crosby, to play 100% of the snaps. We had one, two, three, four, five, six players that played 100% of the snaps, and all of them were huge contributors. So stops, Devin White, and we'll put this up here. Run stops, in case you don't know, you know what Run D is. Not Run DMC, but Run D. It's run snaps. Run snaps. I don't even know what it is, obviously. 15 for Devin White. He had 11 tackles, 6 stops, 0 hustle plays, pass rushes on 7. He had 0 sacks, 1 quarterback pressure. Quarterback pressure rate 14.3%. What the hell? Sorry, no results. What just happened? Did I just get flagged? What the fuck is going on? Well, alright, let's pause that for a minute. Let me work on that over here. I don't know what the hell just happened, man. But anyways, those numbers are insane. And as soon as I pull them back up, when we get to the pressure rates, Tyree Wilson, when he got put next to Max Crosby, was a devastating force, bro. Him and Max Crosby next to each other. And I don't know if anybody, ever talked about putting Tyree Wilson on the defensive line, how good he would be next to Max Crosby. I don't know if anybody ever talked about that, but whoever did must have been a genius. And the snaps that they were together, Max Crosby got a sack, 2 pressures. Tyree Wilson, I believe, got a sack of his own. Those two next to each other have, they've been practicing together for the last 2 years, all through camp. Max Crosby is constantly working with them. I think they know each other better than anybody on this defensive line. And then when you got Thomas Booker on the other side, you got Jonah Lalu, my guy, another Vegas boy, who I've talked about many, many times. I did the video about, the imposter syndrome. Go check it out. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. Jonah Lalu, first game of the season, gets a sack. This defensive line was getting pressures. The defensive line had that quarterback running for their life, like we've talked about was going to happen. I told you, everybody we play, and it doesn't matter how good their offensive line is, because when I show you the tape, and if you have NFL Plus, go watch the All 22 yourself. Just type in Thomas Booker. Man, there weren't too many bad plays, if any. But the good plays were not good. There were some great plays, man. Some great plays by this dude. So I was super impressed. And again, I talked about it. I said, he could be a huge, huge problem, but we have to see it in live action when the bullets are flying. And shit, when the bullets were flying, so was he, man. The dude was all over the field, sideline to sideline, in the backfield, eating up double teams, getting through double teams. His quickness, his get off, he's going to be a huge problem. And I think this defense is going to be so much better with him. And then the guys you got behind him, right? They don't even have to play much. And I cannot find this. This is pissing me off. All right, go back. All teams. Not all teams. Just one team, bro. There's only one. There's only one nation. There's only one nation. What nation? Fuck. I gotta go through all this again. Alright, all. That's offense. 25 names. Home. No passing splits. We want defense. Son of a man, I hate when this happens. I apologize, y'all. This is trash. I don't know why it just disappeared. Regular season, all team. Jeez, home and away. I don't want passing. I want pass rush. Alright, fuck my life, bro. Alright, man. I'm gonna have to mess with this in a minute. We'll break down this shit in a second. This is pissing me off. This is pissing me off. I'm gonna have to find them again. I don't know what the hell happened. Um, Shout out to everybody in the building. Maybe if I turn on my glasses, I can see this shit a little bit better. Let's get this chat up. Raiders, right? First half, D line was a no show. Yeah, they were, man. But as the game went on, they were a problem. They were an absolute problem. Damn, that is bright in my eyes. Can we do this? I didn't help him either. All right, man. We're just gonna have to try to read without glasses. Raiders front seven disrupted the Patriots O line. Herbert will use his legs, as we saw against the Chiefs. He will. And I thought we were gonna see a lot more rushing from Drake May. You know, he's a guy that's mobile, that's pretty quick. You know, for his size, as big as he is. And I thought we were gonna see a lot more. You know, but he had nowhere to go though. As I was watching the film, I was like, why isn't this guy running? Really, he had nowhere to go. We had him caged in just like just like they were supposed to do. They had him locked down. There wasn't too many times he could roll out or get away or even step up in the pocket. And when he did have time, his receivers didn't help him. They didn't help him a lot at all. It's gonna be different, man. It's gonna be a different game. Like, we seen Justin Herbert was very, very, very accurate. He can throw the deep ball. He has a lot of receivers to throw it to. They have they have Joe Alt. That is a big, big problem. Wherever Max is gonna be, if I was them, I'd be moving Joe Alt to follow Max Crosby, bro. That's just me. If he was lining up on the right tackle, he'd be right tackle. If he was on the left, I'd move him over to the left. I wouldn't even try to put anybody else on Max if it was me. That might give you a headache, bro. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna give me a headache, but I can't see with that bright ass light in my face. That's killing me. Um, all right, pass rush rate, QB pass rush rate. I don't want any of this, bro. Oh, fucking defense, defense, defense. Oh, dumbass, dumbass, dumbass. All right, pressure rate, defensive stops. Let's just go with all. Let's go with all. What do we got up here? I mean, Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a headache against this motherfucker. All right, try this again. One more time. All right, fucking put these on and sit over this way or something. I don't know, bro. Maybe if I look down. Um, all right, we have the numbers. We have the numbers. Let's go back. Let's try this one more damn time. This is so annoying. You would think it's an emergency or something. Share screen. Use passcode. Shut the fuck up. So rude. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Try this one more time. If it doesn't stay up, then I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, I can see the chat. What do you think of the next game score will be? You still going with 34-24? I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. I think so. All right, so let's get to these numbers. Let's get to these numbers. Max Crosby, 15 run plays, had 2 tackles, 2 stops, 1 hustle play, pass rushes, 52. Pretty much every play. Every play he was out there. Ray Love in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you dropping in. He had 1 sack, 5 quarterback pressures. I thought it was 7. Um, Pressure rate 9.6, right? Max Crosby's pressure rate was 9.6. Tyree Wilson's pressure rate was 14.8. Thomas Booker was 10.3. Devin White 14.3. Those are, nothing great, but those are solid numbers. Those are better numbers than we had from, I believe, any game last year. Any game. Devin White on the pass allowed. Oh my God, what is going on? On 4 targets, he allowed 2 receptions for 23 yards. 67.7 rate. House Junkies, what's good? I apologize for the dog. I'm going to have to put on headphones. What the fuck is going on? Jeremy Chin. On 4 targets, allowed 3 receptions for only 17 yards. 1 touchdown. Rating 121.9. Man, we're going to have to clean that up. But I think that's why the Raiders brought in 3 guys today. We will get to those here in a minute. Make sure I still have them on my phone. I do believe I do. Yeah. All right. So Eric Stokes on 7 targets gave up 4 receptions for only 29 yards. That's pretty solid. A guy that everybody questioned, can he be that guy? 67.0 rating. Mainly me, right? Mainly me. I had a problem all through camp. I'm not gonna lie, with Eric Stokes, and we don't know what we're gonna get from him. He's a guy that was benched last year by the Green Bay Packers and then released, and is the first time he's been healthy enough to play 17 games. And I think he did pretty damn good. Alec Bachman activated. Did he suit up last week? Terrell Edmonds, player date activated. Sweet. All right, what else we got? That's pretty damn good rating. Eric Stokes, like I said. Next up, Isaiah Palomao, who did not come out of the game, right? 100% of the snaps. 15 run defense on 15 run snaps. He had 7 tackles, 2 stops. Why the flip does this keep doing that? I don't know what the hell is going on with this stupid app. Why do I pay you money? What the fuck is going on, bro? This is trash. Absolutely trash. I swear. Man, I don't care about the Patriots. But let's talk about it. I guess the Patriots had one, two, three, four, five guys that played 100% of the snaps. Their cornerback, Greg Woodson, Alex Austin, which I thought Alex Austin played pretty solid, man. That kid's a dog. That kid's a dog. Robert Spillane, 100% of the snaps, 62. He had 23 run snaps. He had 3 tackles, 2 stops, 1 hustle play. On on 9 pass rushes, he had 0 sacks and 3 quarterback pressures. So we kept him pretty much out of the game, and I don't know again what the fuck happened to this. If you're using Google browser, it's a lot of memory and CPU. Yeah, bro, it just keeps clicking. I don't know. It's pissing me off. Maybe I won't show it. I'll just talk about it. I had to pull it up myself separately because this is really annoying, bro. Really annoying. And we'll try this one more time. One more time. Maybe if I don't show it on the live, it won't kick it. If they do kick it, I'm done. I'm done. Absolutely done. So, we won't be about it. We'll just talk about it. We'll just talk about it. Summary. All right. Defensive pressures. Defensive pressures. Darnay Holmes, 26 snaps, 38.2%. He had um, 3 run snaps, 2 tackles, but in coverage, oh, no, he didn't do too bad. 4 targets, 3 receptions, 44 yards. I mean, it's not great, right? But it's not bad. No touchdowns, no interceptions, with the QBR rating against of 110.4. Man. So, we brought in some guys to look at a defensive back that is 6'2", I do believe, 210 pounds. Somebody that could be a smasher out there, play for New England. Really, is nothing going to work? This is ridiculous. But yeah, played for New England. Fits that Pete Carroll mold. Holy shit, bro. I can't keep nothing on the phone. We'll get into that in a bit. Tyree Wilson. Oh, Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams is going to be a huge part of this defense. I said a couple weeks ago that once this man gets on the field, it's going to be hard to take him off. However, they did take him off a little bit more than I thought. He didn't play as many snaps as I thought he would. But when he was in there, man, he was making a mark, right? So, on run snaps, he had 3 tackles, 3 stops, 0 hustle plays. Pass rushes, 27. He had a sack, 4 quarterback pressures, which is nasty. I don't know what is going on with this ad. Okay, I guess. Is this thing voice activated, bro? I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. Y'all want to watch Tyree Wilson snaps? Because it just went to Went to the all 22. Man, this my computer is wigging, bro. Sorry, no results. It does not want to show me these Raider results. They do not want us talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. That's crazy. No results, no results. Summary, no results. What the fuck? Alright, man. It's back, but I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. Back to the summary, please. Thank you. God, I just want to get through these guys that played 100 snaps and what they did. All right. So, Jeremy Chin, we talked about it. 15 run plays, 3 tackles, 1 stop, um, 1 pass rush. Nothing happened. Targets, 7-4. We talked about that. Isaiah Palomar, we talked about him. Kai Blue Kelly had 2 stops, 1 hustle play. A play that should have been called offensive pass interference. The dude had his hand in his chin and his neck up, like as far as it could possibly go, and he still somehow managed to get a pass deflection, which, man, over time, I think he's going to be okay. He had 8 targets, gave up 5 catches for 66 yards. That's an 88.5 rating. Jermaine Pratt had 13 run plays, 8 tackles, 5 stops, 2 hustle plays, 9 pass rushes, which didn't amount to nothing. But in coverage, he was 50%, 4 targets, only gave up 2 catches for 25 yards. That's pretty damn good, bro. A QBR rating against is 69.8. I will take that from my linebackers all day. And we'll see on the all 22 tomorrow if I get it done in time. The man was covering guys 15 yards down the field, and we've talked about that too. I did not think our linebackers, that Pete Carroll would put them, covering tight ends past 5 or 10 yards, but he did. He did, and it worked out okay, right? No big plays. Definitely worked out for us. Adam Butler played 87 or 86% of the snaps. On 14 run defenses, he had 3 tackles, 3 stops, 1 hustle play. On 44 pass rushes, he had 2 quarterback pressures. I did not touch that button. Please do not do it again. Jesus Christ, this thing is going to kill me. Why are you so sensitive? Why is everybody so sensitive today? Even the computer sensitive. Flip is going on. Will not be tolerated. All right, so. Oh, what do we got? Quarterback pressure rate. That's what we're talking about. Quarterback pressure rate. Tyree Wilson was 14.8. Jamal Adams was 60. Malcolm Kuntz was 10.3. Tyler Booker was 10.3. Darnay Holmes, we talked about it, 100%. And Devin White was 14.3. Jonah Lalu, 5.3. My man had. Where's he at? Don't touch the button. Jesus. On 27 snaps, he had 8 run defenses, 2 tackles, 1 stop, 1 hustle. On only 19, bro. Only 19 pass rushes for Jonah Lalu. He had a sack. That's pretty solid. They actually put him in coverage for 1 target. And they did that to a lot of defensive linemen, like Malcolm Kuntz, who about gave me a heart attack when I seen Malcolm Kuntz trying to cover a tight end. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Again, I can't see the comments. I got this whole page pulled up. I'm going to read through these real quick. Landon Roberts, while he was out there, 4 run plays. He had 1 tackle. And like I said, hurry up, get well soon. He had 1 target, gave up 1 reception for 10 yards, 108.3. But, however, when Devin White came in, because I don't know if they They weren't ready with Tommy freaking Eichenberg to come in and play that spot yet, right? So they went with Devin White at Mike linebacker instead of Jermaine Pratt, which I thought was very interesting. And it looked like Devin White played even better when he was at the Mike. So a man that's been in the NFL for a while, right? He played on Super Bowl teams. He's been in many playoffs. Looked like a rejuvenated Devin White, man, and that is scary for the rest of the NFL. Terrell Edmonds, who was activated, didn't do anything. He had nothing. One snap. One snap, and I guess that one snap was enough for them to say no. 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 Jeremy Chin. Did we go over Chin's numbers? Yeah, 100% of the snaps. We went over those. We went over those. All right, I got everybody but Tommy freaking Eichenberg. 3 run defenses, nothing. He had 3 quarterback pressures, 1 target, no catch, 39.6 cover rating. I mean, that's pretty good. Tonka Hemingway, another guy who didn't see much action. On 10 plays, he had 3 run plays, 7 quarterback pressures in 10 snaps. Hold up, that's not right. Yeah. So Tonka Hemingway in 10 snaps had 7 quarterback pressures. No way. Oh, pass rushes. Okay, my bad. I was like, there's no way. I was looking at the number wrong. But damn. So he didn't do absolutely nothing then. That was just snaps, pass rush snaps, with total snaps in the game. So there's your defense, man. There's your defense pass rushing. The run defense I thought was very, very, very solid. I don't want to look at our rushing yards. No, no, no. Defensive stops, pressure rate. All right, I went through all that shit. All right, team defense. What else do we need to see? Yards before contact allowed. This I want to pull up. Filtered by team, Las Vegas Raiders. Can I just make it always Las Vegas Raiders? I don't really care about anybody else. Running back position. I don't care about the splits, yards to go. I don't care about the down against opponents. All right, man. Where's Ashton Genty? Because his numbers were crazy. Our offensive line has to do a much, much better job at helping our rookie running back. Filtered by team. All right. And you're gonna change fucking team on me? Bitch. 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 Here we go. Man. Alright. Ashton Genty. 38 yards on 19 attempts. People are gonna be like, oh, Ashton Genty's a bust, right? Come on, man. I've heard people already saying he's a bust. He shouldn't have been picked at number 6. Y'all are absolutely wild. I did say he does have some, son of a bitch, I just tore my knee. He does have a long way to go if he's going to get 1,000 yards if he keeps having games like this. And this was not his fault. The offensive line did not help him at all. So, yards per carry, 2. 1 touchdown, not very good, not very good. Rushing yards over expected, minus 20. Rushing yards over expected per carry, minus 1.1. So they only expected him to get 3.1 yards a carry. That is wild to me. Rushing expected points added, minus 6.3. We don't need to go into fumbles, yak yards. Where are you going to show me the yards after contact? Yards after contact, yards after contact, yards after contact. Bullshit. All right. Anyways, I don't know where this stat is, but I read a stat that said Ashton Genty. I talked about it yesterday. Had 44 yards after contact, but he only ended up with 38 yards total. Obviously, because it hits in the backfield. Now, if that number is true, our offensive line, like I said, man, y'all should be disappointed in yourselves. Absolutely disappointed. Our receivers, right? The receivers that they said were ranked 20, wait, 27th, 30th. Where did they have our receivers ranked? I do believe 30th. I do believe they had our receivers ranked 30th in the NFL or 27th. Maybe it was last. Maybe that was the corner room. They had us all ranked pretty shitty. And I know, again, this is one game against the Patriots team who was, what, one, two, or three games last year, right? They're nothing special. Brock Bowers, 8 targets, 5 catches, 103 flipping yards. Man, that's 20.6 yards a catch. Going to be a huge problem. Going to be a huge problem. Now, if you watch the game, if you went back and watched the game, or if you watched it closely, you would notice that sometimes teams, and you would think they would change it the second half, but they didn't. It didn't seem like, sometimes teams say, well, we're going to stop the run, right? We're going to focus on this tight end. We're going to stop the pass. We're going to focus mainly on play action, right? They have one focus, and it looked like to me the focus was stopping the run game and stopping Ashton Genty, which they did very well. Our offensive line did not help very much. But 8 targets, 5 catches for 103 yards is absolutely insane. Catch rate 62.5. I'm not going to get into all these. Yards after the catch, 55 yards on 5 catches, bro. That's 10 yards. 10 yards average after the catch for Brock Bowers. So if you're a betting man, you know, I don't know how healthy he is. He said he's good to go. But, man, those are crazy numbers, right? Crazy numbers. He ran 21 routes. I didn't say that before. Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers ran 21 routes. He had 10 targets with 8 receptions for 97 yards. So, people say, the Raiders don't have a number one receiver. The Raiders don't have a number one target. There's not too many teams in the NFL that their number one receiver had over 100 yards in the first game. And I'm sure there probably wasn't too many, if any, that had 100 yards from their tight end on 5 catches in the first game of the season. We talked about these two. They're going to be a huge, huge problem. But the one person that a lot of people slept on, and yards per reception for Jacoby Myers was 12.1. That's pretty damn good. That's way better than it was last year. I think it was like 7.6 or something. So Jacoby Myers already, 5 yards more per reception. That's definitely due to your quarterback. Catch rate 80% for Jacoby Myers. What else do we need? Yak yards after the catch. Jacoby Myers, 42 yards after the catch. These guys aren't going down. They're catching the ball in stride, which is all due to the quarterback and the offensive line giving them time, right? He's leading these guys. He's giving them a chance to run after the catch. Air target yards, 9.5 for Brock Bowers. That's pretty damn good, right? That means he's catching the ball around 10 yards, right, per target. Jacoby Myers, air target yards was 7.8. Anybody want to guess what Trey Tucker's air yards per target were? 22.7. 22.7. All right. Target separation. Brock Bowers 2.7. Jacoby Myers 3.0. Trey Tucker 3.8. And the biggest one of all. No, I'm just saying. Dante Thornton Jr. zero point 0.9. Michael Mayer 5.7. And Jack Besh 5.4. That's pretty good average separation. I'll take those all day. Air yards per target. Like I said, Trey Tucker was 22. Dante Thornton Jr., the rookie, 24.8. 24.8. He had let me get there. 4 targets, 2 catches. Why didn't they throw him the ball more? Why didn't they throw him the ball more? But we'll get to that, man. They'll get to that. You got to have time from your quarterback. I think that, they tried to establish the running game a little bit more because it wasn't working. But those two numbers, bro, those two numbers right there, air yards per target and target separation for both of those, Jacoby Myers and Michael Mayer, are pretty damn solid, bro. Pretty damn solid. Jack Besh had 2 targets, 1 catch for 23 yards. I mean, why didn't we throw him the ball more, right? 2 targets, 2 targets. So the Raiders have some weapons, and we all knew they had some weapons. Ashton Genty even caught the ball. Um, did he catch the ball? Oh, he ran 19 routes. He had 2 targets with 2 catches for 2 yards. Not very impressive. Not very good. We're gonna have to work on that. And that was pretty much our guys, right? The Raiders. I thought that they would, use all their weapons. They would get pretty much everybody involved. But it was pretty much the Brock Bowers and the Jacoby Myers show, which a lot of us already knew that was going to be the case going into the season. I mean, Jacoby Myers, 1,000 yards, no drops. Brock is Brock. But then you add Trey Tucker with those air yards per target, the touchdown on 3 targets, 2 catches, 54 yards. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. Yards per catch is 27. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So we had 4 guys. I thought they said there was 7. Somebody said there was 7 plays over 20 yards in the air. I'm only counting 4, so some of these numbers might be a little crazy, unless Brock Bowers had 2. So Brock Bowers had 1, Trey Tucker had 1, Dante Thornton Jr. and Jack Besh all had 1 catch over 20 yards. That's, I mean, that's ball that'll win a division. I'm just gonna say, right? If you can keep that up, and I know it's the first game against a lesser opponent that had a lot of struggles. They let guys like Jabril Peppers go that they should have never ever let go. If you see my ex thing, they should have already called him up and be like, "Bro, come back." We were smoking. We were smoking their defense. So damn good numbers. Zamir White ran 4 routes. He had 0 targets, and Alex Bachman ran 1 route, 1 target, no catches. Ian Thomas, they didn't even throw the ball to him. So that was pretty much for our offensive, playmakers. But those are good numbers, man. I'll take those all day, right? I'll take those. If you have those five, I'm good with. Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Dante, and Jack Besh. I mean, if you can do that once a game, this Raiders team is going to be a huge problem, bro. They're going to be a huge ass problem. All right, let's get back into the chat. I wasn't ignoring you. If you use, okay, that's where I stopped. Nice. Use Brave or Firefox browser instead. Appreciate it. Appreciate the heads up, man. I will try to switch. Definitely. Also, live stream takes up a lot of memory, CPUs as well. Yeah, and my computer is, old like me. Devin White also balled out with Jermaine Pratt. Yeah, both of them dudes were nicey, very, very nicey. How is Brock Bowers doing now? Is he still hurt? He says he's good to go. He's good to go. Gino's week one numbers were off the charts, right? 362. Deep completions, strong under pressure. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely was. Think we can repeat with the Bolts dialing back. Um, I don't think the Bolts are gonna. Their pass rush looked okay. They had Patty Mahomes with some of his worst numbers in the NFL. That one of the worst games he's had. I think he had one target over 10 yards. I think he was 0 for 5 targets past 20 yards. That those are those are numbers from a team that could be on the decline. I don't know anybody that would have ever said no crazy shit like that. Think the camera we got that. 5 receptions, average 20.6. It's crazy, bro. Crazy, crazy. Remember, it was in the rain, right? And in the rain. Thank you, House Junkies. In the rain, bro. In the rain. Crazy, just crazy. It's gonna show a lot, man. It's gonna show a lot. Remember, for 6 months. What? Appreciate you, appreciate you. Rocking with me for 6 months. You were up there with the top. I think there's only one or two that's been with me that long. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sherbert is gonna get knocked out of the game. Watch. Let's go. Let's go. Talk that shit, man. Talk that shit. I hope so, bro. I hope so. You know, he showed he could be mobile though, and he could run and make plays with his legs, and we're gonna have to watch for that. We're gonna have to have a spy on him. But I think with Jamal Adams and Devin White, the way they played, teams are gonna have problems. Teams are gonna have problems. I don't know how many times I can say that, or I've already said it in the past. This team is gonna get slept on, and teams are gonna have a problem you know until they realize that, oh shit, we need to prepare for this guy on defense, this guy on defense, this guy on defense, this guy in the backfield, this guy on offense, and it's gonna be that way. I feel it. I feel it. And I hope Justin Sherbert gets knocked out of the game. Once he gets rattled, it's game over. Yeah, if you put pressure on him, like a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that were drafted in the first round, you know, they just that pressure cooker, the clock in their head, right? If you get rattled, they make mistakes, and that's what we need the Raiders to do. That's what they did last week to Drake May, and I feel like that's what they're going to do this week. D-line is going to put a hurt on Sherbert. Let's go talk that shit. By the way, the computer is only 4 years old. Oh, Melissa, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. How you been? How you been? Nah, it's good. It's good. Everybody has their moments. Everybody has their moments. So, I don't know why it's so small. Um, but yeah, man. Like I said, by week 5, when this team puts it all together, they're gonna be nasty. They're gonna be nasty. It's gonna be a team that a lot of people do not want to mess with, because if this offensive line can just do their part, man. If the offensive line will just do their part. Oh shit! Sorry, I'm trying to find. I know I had this shit saved, but it's not saved. Bro, how many bookmarks do I have? Maybe I should clear them. Good lord. All right. I don't know who the damn players are. I thought it was saved. That's a funny ass picture. All right, but we will talk about top 10 fantasy points. Anybody want to know about fantasy? I don't know who your quarterback is. Mine is Geno Smith, but he wasn't in the game. I went with Caleb Williams. Yes, yes, but it'll be the last time. Um, but I was still good. Josh Allen, 38.8 fantasy points. Man, if you didn't pick Josh Allen as your quarterback, what is wrong with you? Now, me, I picked running backs in the first 3 rounds before I went. I don't even think I picked a quarterback till like round 6. So all the good ones were gone. I tried a new strategy this year. We'll see how it works. Justin Fields, 29.5. Man, if you have Justin Fields on your squad, shout out to you. Daniel Jones? Who would have thought Daniel Jones put up 29.5 fantasy points? That's absolutely crazy. Lamar Jackson, only 29.4. Who would have thought Lamar Jackson had less fantasy points than Daniel Jones and Justin Fields? Probably not a lot of people. Justin Herbert, Sherbert, for the Dischargers, had 27.9. Patty Mahomes, 26. How did he have 26 fantasy points? Um, Aaron Rodgers, 25.7. Jalen Hurts, 24.3. Caleb Williams, 24.2. I would have much rather had the. Why isn't. Damn. So he wasn't anywhere in there. And the rookie, well, I guess second year rookie, Michael Penix Jr. with 24 points. Running backs, King Henry, 28.2 fantasy points. Bijan Robinson, 24.4. CMC, 23.2. James Cook, 21. Javonte Williams, 20 fantasy points. Damn. I messed on my running backs this year. Damn. Travis Etienne, 18.6. Saquon Barkley, 18.4. What? Chuba Hubbard, 17.9. And Dylan Sampson, who is on my roster, but I didn't put him on. I was going to put him on as my all-purpose dude, and I screwed up. I screwed up, but I didn't. But he will be playing next week. No Raiders on any of these. Wide receivers are Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, Quentin Johnson. I should have played him. Emeka Ibuka. Somebody picked him right before I was going to pick in my fantasy draft, which is trash. Debo, Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman, Hollywood Brown, and Keenan Allen are the top tight ends. The only one we have anything in. Jawan Johnson, 15.6. Brock Bowers, 15.3. He should have got a touchdown with all those yards. You got to throw more to him in the end zone. I don't know why he's not more of a threat or a target or the focal point in the end zone. So if you think Brock Bowers should be more of a focal point, man, let me know in the comments below. Defensive wise, the Broncos, 14 points. They're on my fantasy. Yes, I went with the Broncos over the Raiders defense, but the Raiders are my backup. The Colts with 13. The Rams and the Bears with 11. The Titans, the Jags, and the Packers all had 10 fantasy points. Man, that deserves a round of applause for the Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out to the Raiders. I don't believe anytime because I've had them on my fantasy all last year. And I ran with them all last year. Even Max got hurt. I said, screw it. I'm going to go with my Raiders. I'm not sticking because there was nobody else to trade for. But I don't believe they put up more than 10 fantasy points all last year. So shout out to this defense. Again, shout out to the adjustments we made, right? And, there's been a little debate on Twitter. There's been a little debate on Facebook. In some of the group chats of, was it Patrick Graham that changed the defense in the second half? Or Was it our coach Pete Carroll who went up to Patrick Graham and said, we need to run more man. We need to pressure these guys. We need to stop playing off so far because somebody somebody talked about it over and over again about how this defense with Patrick Graham allows too many passes over the middle. In their cover two, cover three, whatever they run in the 4-2-5. That's pretty much what we've ran since he's got here, and it's been a problem, right? Our corners playing, I always exaggerate, say 15 yards off because it seems like it's 15 yards. But, 7 to 10 is still a lot to be playing off these guys. And they were getting cooked, right? 201 passing yards, I do believe, or 201 yards in the first half. You know, they were getting cooked out there. But I seen on the sidelines, Patrick Graham, standing there with his headphones on, and coach went up and said something to him. And after that, it looked like to me there was a lot more press. So I don't know if coach went up and said run your defense or if we were running, the Pete Carroll defense, cover three, sky. I'll have to go back and look at, where we were lined up and break more of that down. How did I miss Melissa? I said hi to Melissa, bro. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was about to lose it. Leaky, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you dropping in. Um, what happened? Caleb was atrocious in the second half. Right? Never thought Daniel Jones was gonna ball out. It's a system fit, man. I'm one of those guys. Junior Cairo, what's good? I'm one of those guys that talk about it all the time, and people overlook the fact. And I've even heard Tom Brady say it. I've heard the great Rich Gannon say it. I've heard Jim Plunkett talk about it. I've heard our own quarterbacks, our own quarterbacks, and minority owner say it many many times. Right, a quarterback is only as good as his offensive coordinator, his system, the offensive line, and the guys around him. No quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl with a bad offensive line, with a bad running game, and shit receivers. Right? It doesn't happen. Even if you had the number one defense in the NFL, if you had the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, on the offensive line that was rated, 25th in the NFL, 27th in the NFL with a 31st run game, they're not winning 6 Super Bowls. So you put Daniel Jones on a team that has obviously a better offensive line than the Giants because, Russell Wilson didn't look very, very good in his debut. So you put Daniel Jones on a team that, like I said, had, looks like they have a better offensive line. And obviously they do, right? Because the Colts have a damn good running back. Um, One of the best running backs in the NFL. So when you have Jonathan Taylor back there, you got to have a good offensive line, right? Now, is it a good pass rush offensive line, or good pass blocking offensive line, or run blocking? I don't know. I'm not a Colts fan. I couldn't tell you. Um, but I do know, watching the games that, some of the games and the highlights that I watched, it looked like the offensive line gave Daniel Jones time. And if you give any quarterback in the NFL, our own Geno Smith and Aiden O'Connell, if you give them time, they're going to pick people apart. But if you put pressure on either one of those quarterbacks, Aiden or Geno, their numbers go way, way down, right? Their numbers go way down. So, Daniel Jones is in a good spot. He's got weapons around him. He's got one of the best running backs in the NFL, which is going to average close to 100 yards a game or more. That's going to take a lot of pressure off your quarterback. So I didn't expect it at the Colts, but I was a guy that said I would take a shot, bro. I thought you said you miss Daddy. What? So, you're not talking to me, fool. um, M Bats, what's good? What's good? What game are you looking forward to most this season? That's a good question. That's a good question. It has to be Monday Night Football, right? It has to be Monday Night Football. If we can go in there, or if we can, have the dischargers come into our home, hopefully they don't discharge over the field too much, and get their ass whooped in a 85% or more blacked out Allegiant Stadium. I think this season is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So it's a huge, huge game for us. You know, to start out the season 2-0. The last time the Raiders started out 2-0 in a season was 2021, and we made the playoffs. You know, even though John Gruden got fired and all that shit happened, we still made the playoffs. So teams that start out, 2-0, 3-0, usually have a very good chance of, of making the playoffs or a wild card. Momentum is key in the NFL. If you can gain momentum, if you can get guys to believe in what the blueprint that you're laying down for them to win, and I think Sunday's game for the Las Vegas Raiders was absolutely huge, man. It was huge for this team. Learning how to win under Pete Carroll, the first game of the year. If they come out and do it again in San Diego, like man, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind even more than the fact that I can't be there. So go check out the merch. No, I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. Chiefs and Raiders, easy work. I don't know. Um, Hello, we want to call her lover to Daddy Rebel wild work. Right? Like, what the fuck? I think she's saying she calls me daddy. I don't know. I hope to God. I hope to God. Um, but shit. People can't resist. um, so man, it's the Chargers game. It's the Chargers game. Monday Night Football in front of the whole entire planet. Might even other planets. We don't know. Other planets might watch NFL football. Uh, so it's got to be that game. That game sets the tone, I believe, for the season. If we win that game, protect our house, a lot of things are going to happen, right? A lot of things are going to happen. These guys are going to. I don't call anybody daddy. Shut the fuck. Man, I got it on film. You called me daddy a bunch of times. Don't even start. Don't even start. Don't even start. Purdy out for the season? What? No way. Stop playing. Damn. Damn. Purdy just got paid all that money, had a Purdy ass game, was balling over there in San Francisco. Out for the season, and Mac Jones takes over. So the 49ers are looking for a quarterback. Aiden O'Connell could be on the trading block. If I was the 49ers, as soon as he's healthy, I'd be calling. He's way better than Mac Jones. Just posted on X. Appreciate you, Philly Mike OG. What's good, man? Appreciate you coming in, dropping knowledge for the people. Shut up. That's different. Eagles blowing out Chiefs like they did in the Super Bowl. Man, if the Chiefs start the season 0-2, it's definitely a huge, huge turnaround, bro. It's a huge turnaround. Huge turnaround for this franchise, for this organization, and people are going to lose their mind, bro. Allegiant Stadium will be blacked out every single game. We showed out in New England. Go look at the pictures of New England, bro. Raider Nation was representing there too. And like I said, if this trend continues, man, nobody shows up and shows out to games like Raider Nation. But we got to be a winning organization. We got to have a reason, right, for these teams, for people to want to travel across the country, spend $2,000, to go to a game, $3,000 to go to one football game, right? And there's people that go to every game. So it's just going to get more and more the more we win. So the Chargers, I'm looking forward to the most. Chargers, and then week 7 before the bye is the losing defending Super Bowl losers, and that's going to be a huge game, right? That's going to tell us where we're at. San Diego already beat them. San Diego, the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers already beat them opening day. If we beat the Chargers and then go and beat the Chiefs, man, oh man, Man, I will lose it. I will lose it. I will lose it. Um, Eagles were up 30-0 in the Super Bowl. The whole world watched Kermit choke. I'm just gonna leave that one up there. If you, I'm going to make Melissa a mod. She can see all the chat. Okay, I guess. Wonder where was the rest to save Kermit? Um, I think enough has got out in the NFL where they're they're aware that everybody knows what's going on, right? Right. Um, the Chiefs get some horrible, horrible calls. They get a lot of favoritism, and I said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. You can't continue to do that, right? You can't continue to do that. You're gonna lose money in the betting shit, in the betting world, in the sports world. You're gonna lose money in the NFL, right? People aren't gonna show up to games if they know the Kansas City Chiefs are just gonna win by default. Like you can't continue to keep doing that. So I think it's good, man. I think it's good, and I just hope I just hope it continues. Right? Don't give them. Um, we even seen Chiefs fans on X. We seen Chiefs fans on X. You know it's a whole new day and a whole new era when you see Kansas City fans crying on X about the referees screwing the Chiefs. I think I've heard it all. I think I've heard it all now. I've heard it all. No, it isn't. It's top two wide receiver out. What? What you mean, bro? What you mean? I can't see you on my chat. Are you? Did you block her? That's weird. Maybe you blocked her. Purdy out for the season. Mac Jones named starter. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. If Mac Jones is the starter for the San Francisco 49ers, they have a huge, huge problem. And, maybe they pick up the phone and they call over there to the New York Giants and say, what do you want for Russell Wilson? Man, I don't know. What do they want from Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston can be an option. Mac Jones. Mac Jones with weapons, he can be all right, right? He showed as a rookie that he can ball, right? What he was close to rookie of the year, if not rookie of the year. Like the kid played his ass off, and then the team, started falling apart. They started losing offensive linemen, receivers, defensive players. The defensive just got whacked. They lost Josh McDaniels, and the rest is history. But Mac Jones could be a guy like Daniel Jones, because they're both named Jones, that show up to another team that is more structured for their strengths and not their weaknesses. And the 49ers is that team, right? The 49ers have they have a hell of a coach that's going to build around whoever the guy is, and they're going to make Mac Jones his best, I promise. Like if any team can make Mac Jones what he was his rookie year or what he was in Alabama, it's Shanahan and the 49ers. So, you know, I'm not hating on that. Heck no, I'd never block Candy. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, man. So that's what we have. We will break down the offensive numbers a little bit more tomorrow. We will also show some game footage. I have to show some footage of Thomas Booker, man. The man was outstanding. If I have a little bit of time when I get off here, I'll probably, post some videos for the members. If you're not a member, if you don't continue your membership, then obviously you won't get the videos. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Tomorrow, I will make the thumbnail. I will send everybody the links. Candy Unlocked, GeoMex. Make sure message me after this live. Let me know you're good to go tomorrow. Time wise, maybe do it a little earlier. Let me know. Let me know what time is best for you. Um, I'll pull you up like I said. Then we'll pull up Candy, and probably about 6. We'll probably go about 6 because Jack Kenneth said he would be done with his about 7. So that give time for everybody else to talk. If you want to pull up tomorrow, Let me know. Let me know after everybody talks. After everybody's in, I'll probably post a link in the chat. And if anybody wants to come talk, talk Raider football, you're more than welcome. So, fan night tomorrow. I appreciate everybody sticking with me, rocking with me. I appreciate everybody that comments. I appreciate, of course, Raider fan for life. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out with the $2 holler. Salute again. I hope your panties are out of a bunch and you feel better. Fucking. With that, I'm out. Much love. Raiders. Take care of yourself, your mental health. Eat well. Take care of others. Be kind to others. And if you ever need to talk, the hotline is open. It is in, of course, the community page on YouTube. So go check it out. Go hit me up if you want to leave a mailbag and, want your voice heard over the air or just want me to read your message. Go ahead. Pull up to the community page. Call the hotline. Leave your thoughts. They will be played back on the air with your permission. So let me know. Peace out again. Much love.